Hello, friends. Happy new moon in Leo. It is Tuesday, August the 18th, and we are in a new lunar cycle that is beginning with Leo, one of our favorite signs, the symbol of play and adventure and courage and visibility and stepping onto the stage. So there is a lot of magic that will be coming through for us in this reading. I just looked back at last month's reading. I don't know if you have done that yet, but wow. As I clear my throat, wow, there was a lot there. I'll do a quick summary, but I highly encourage you to go back and look at it. We started with the Lover's card, which was about elevating from the base level of love all the way up to compassion for yourself, compassion for others around us, and then how that flowed us into mastery of ourselves. Not mastery over other people, but mastery of our own process, our own journey. And then if you remember, I had two cards and I held them both up. I said you could choose to go with trust or you could choose to go with suppression. And suppression was all tied up in knots and pushing and rebelling and trying to figure it out and just the sense of being suffocated. And so the trust card was this free-falling figure flying into the air. And I said, you can choose which way do you want to go through the next month. And if that resonates with you and you haven't watched the video, go back and watch because you'll laugh the whole way through at which choice you made and perhaps what the other path could have looked like. And then we had two beautiful messages from our guides that I will leave in that video for you to watch. So here we are. We are doing Leo energy with the OSHO Zen deck, and then at the end of the reading I'll pull a couple cards from our guides from a different deck, maybe two different decks. We'll see. I have them already just in case. I have 3 decks. It makes it sound like I have this whole plethora. I have 3 decks and I love all of them. This is the one I know the best, which is why we're going to play with it. Look, just a little message from our guides at the beginning. Guidance. Can you see that? Isn't it beautiful? Kind of, I guess. There's like a figure that's guiding all the energy forward here. It's like, that's us, and this is what's happening. Our guides were like, this way, just follow the flow. Yeah, that's our bonus reading for this call. Okay, let's start with 3 cards. We're going to do the collective now, the individual now, and then the highest possibilities for this next lunar cycle. So I've already shuffled. I'm just going to cut the deck and talk for a second about what I mean for collective now. If you are new to my card readings, I only do them once a month, and it's just because I love the new moon energy so much. And I feel like at the new moon, tapping in through tarot and astrology is just a fun way for me to play. I am an energy reader, so the way I will describe the cards, I'm going to pull the first one, the collective now. Flowering. I feel like we just had that one, didn't we? We did. It was the highest possibilities for June, which means we manifested that. How cool is that? All right, I will talk about that in a second. So in my card readings, I tap into energy in the way that I play with it. So I'll describe the images the way I see it, the way I feel it, and it always flows into something else. And then I'll just do energy reading the way I play. Okay, collective now. This is our individual now. Let's see what card feels right for that. Top of the deck. Experiencing. I don't think we've had that one in a little bit. Experiencing. And then the highest possibilities. Actually, do I want to do highest and lowest? No, we'll just do highest. We'll just do the highest possibilities for this month. Rebirth. Rebirth with the lion. I love that. Isn't that classic? Isn't that just classic from our guides when they're like, are you sure it's the new moon in Leo? Let's give you a line. Let's just show you what's going to happen. And that's so good. Okay, we're going to begin with flowering. So I'm looking at my notes. That's what I keep looking at here because I write down what the cards were for the last couple of months. So the collective now, when I describe the collective now, what do I mean by that? It's like here on Earth, we have 7 billion people, and all of us have our own unique individual experience, right? We have our own experience of what it's like to be in our own journey, our own body, our own life. But there's 7 billion of us all doing this. And so it creates a collective energy field. And that's what this looks like, which actually, it's coming through so quickly. I'm like, and what that means is, so here's this individual woman having an individual experience with a tree, so connected, right? But then it turns into this like goddess energy that looks like she's got the moon and the oceans and the flowers, and like all of this. Can you feel how much bigger this one feels than this one? Maybe not, but to me they look very different. So the collective energy field, what I love, okay, back up. I pulled this card in June for the first new moon in Cancer, and it was the highest possibilities for the next month was that we would move towards flowering. So here we are at the end of the second cycle of new moons in Cancer, starting this new energy of the new moon in Leo. And what's our collective energy reading? We did it. We are flowering. We are in this new energy field. Like, oh. So I would like to begin with a big high five and a round of applause for humanity. What we set the intention to do at the beginning of June, we have now manifested in August. Way to go, team. Way to go. I am so proud of us. Okay, so I'm going to try and show you. I don't know if you can see all the colors, but it's such a beautiful card. All right, this is the collective right now. So I believe, we'll talk a little bit about my beliefs as we read cards. My belief is that my eye keeps twitching. So if you see my eye sending you a signal, there's a lot of energy running through my left eye. So funny. This right here, so it could be the moon, could be, but we're at a new moon, so I don't know that it's actually the moon. Or it could be, this is the energy field of Gaia, of Earth. Can you, how do I say this? Can you perhaps consider that this is the goddess energy of our Earth? This is Gaia. This is the consciousness of our planet. And she's holding this incredible sphere of energy. And then within that are all of these little clouds and things and all this stuff. What if we, humanity, exist in this atmospheric bubble right here, all of our 7 billion humans? Can you see how that would make this goddess Gaia energy so much bigger than each one of us little tiny 7 billion? Like little flies. We're like little flies that fly around here, or ants, and we make all this activity. But here's the goddess of our planet, the vibration, the true love that is the energy field of our planet, just sitting here, moving the waters, opening up the lotus petal, flowering little seeds with her fingers, smiling with contentment that everything is exactly as she wants it. Isn't that a beautiful idea or a beautiful concept? Like, maybe it's not true, maybe it is true, but what if she's showing us that right now? What if this video is our energy of our planet saying to us, we did it. We are flowering. We are in a new vibrational place. And what we set the intention to do at the beginning of June, in 2 months, we're already manifesting it because this is the energy we're in now. I mean, what if that's true? Isn't that amazing to consider? And look how joyous she is, how happy, how beautiful this energy, what I see, this energy of Gaia is. She's not down. Remember the suppression card? I wish I had it to show you. The suppression card, it's like, like totally wrapped up in rope and twisted, and they can't see and they can't move. You can't, there's like a block of cement, of concrete over the head. You can't even see the head. It's like this feeling. I think many people, many humans believe that's what our planet is. Our planet is this dying, decaying, decrepit thing that we have just abused and beat up, and she's, if they call it a she, and the planet is doomed, right? That is absolutely what so many people believe. And what I say to you is no, our energy field, our I say our, Gaia's energy field is like this: beauty and flowering and abundance and creative expression and love and movement and fluidity. It's not dying or decrepit at all. So if we can believe that this is true, would we engage with our planet in a different way? When we see, for example, like a flowery, like when we see the most beautiful landscape, do you want to throw your trash into the flowers? When you stand at the ocean and you see the dolphins playing, do you want to throw your trash into the dolphins? Do you want to curse and yell at the dolphins that the planet is dying and they should save themselves? No, you want to engage with the joy and the beauty that you see. You want to be part of it. You want to expand it. You want to embody that same vibration. And that's the message I feel from Earth in this card. It's like the consciousness of Gaia is standing up and saying, do you see me? Do you see who I am? Do you see how we are all in this energy field together? Every one of us is in this atmosphere of Earth, including me, Gaia, the goddess, including the consciousness of our planet. Who do you think is holding the edge of this atmosphere in place? It's not us. You think 7 billion humans could hold this atmosphere? No, we don't know how to do that. That's not our role. That's not our role. That's the role of this energy, this consciousness of Earth. And so she just is this beautiful expression. Gaia is flowering. Her energy is expanding into this beautiful play and joy, and she's inviting us to come along with that. She's inviting us. Look at her fingers. She's like, come on, come play. She's not doing this. She's like, do you want to play? Do you want to do something fun? How should we dance? What should we do? Like, can you see her welcoming energy of play with me, flower with me. Don't go on down into that place of fear and suppression. Don't do that. Like, this is what's true. This is what's true. So how do we do that? The first step is to see this. Do you see this card? Do you see this message? Are you open to receiving this message? This is the energy field of Gaia. This is the consciousness of our planet. She is waiting to play with all of us. She's inviting us to live a more joyful life. She's flowering and she's inviting us to flower with her. How? Well, since you asked, the card I pulled, and I haven't pulled this in a while, is experiencing. Experiencing. So this card shows I'm trying to hold it so you can really see the reds and the oranges and the yellows. This card shows an individual having an individual experience. The card is experiencing with a tree, literally feeling the energy of nature. You relate to the other. You relate to the energy of life force. I'll have to read it to you because I could say all these things, like whatever. I'll tell you what Zen says. I'll tell you what OSHO would tell us about experiencing. Got to put my glasses on though, because my almost 50-year-old eyes are a little tired. They're a little tired, a little weary of what I've been seeing. All right, so here's what the experiencing card is. This is our individual pathway to flowering with the energy of Gaia. You just look around, look into the eyes of a child or into the eyes of your beloved, your mother, your friend, or just feel a tree. Have you ever hugged a tree? Hug a tree, and one day you will come to know that it is not only that you have hugged the tree, but that the tree also responds the tree hugs you. Then for the first time, you will be able to know that the tree is not just the form. It is not just a certain species that the botanists talk about. It is an unknown God. So green in your courtyard, so full of flowers in your courtyard, so close to you, beckoning you, calling you again and again. And then the commentary says this: an experience is something that can be filed away in a notebook or captured on film and pasted into an album. Experiencing is the feeling of wonder itself, the thrill of communion, the gentle touch of our connectedness with all that surrounds us. The woman in this card is not just touching this tree. She is in communion with it. She has almost become one with it. It is an old tree. It has seen many hard times. Her touch is gentle, reverent, and the white on the inside of her cape reflects the purity of her heart. She is humble, simple, and that is the right way to approach nature. Nature doesn't bang any drums when it bursts forth into flower, nor play any dirges when the trees let go of their leaves in the fall. But when we approach her in the right spirit, she has many secrets to share. If you haven't heard nature whispering to you lately, now is a good time to give her the opportunity. So if this is true, and this is Gaia, Earth, showing her energy to us through this card, and she's saying the way to also flower is to experience, to see the interconnectedness of everything. This tree growing up from the earth underneath is an expression of this larger goddess. It's like this is macro, this is micro. This is the collective, this is the individual. This tree, this woman are inside this atmosphere. And there's 7 billion of them. And how many trees? Have we ever counted how many trees there are? I think that's what we should do. We just had the census person here counting how many humans there are in the United States. I think we should count how many trees there are. And then I think we would have the census for Gaia. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, what if we did that one day? I think that would be remarkable. But think of how many people and how many trees are in this bubble. So you want to feel the beauty, the magic of Gaia? Start doing some one-on-one work with the trees and the people and the sky and the waters and the lotus petals and the butterflies and the dragonflies and the hummingbirds and the hawks. You know how many birds there are flying around these trees that would come and sit and talk to this human if she looked up, if she lifted her head for a moment and looked around? I believe Osho's right. This experiencing is the way to connect with the whole. And it's not just nature, it's all the animals, all the birds, all the other beings that are moving around inside of that bubble that is Gaia. Wow, I didn't know we were going to talk about Gaia in this way today. How cool, because that's definitely one of my greatest passions, is talking about Gaia. Okay, so the collective now flowering, the individual now experiencing, and then the highest possibilities for our next lunar month. It's going to be a big one, people. Rebirth. Let's see if I can hold it where you can actually see it. All right, so this card, number 10, it's about beginnings. To me, 10 represents a new cycle, a new beginning. And if you look, it's kind of like that card, the Lover's card that I talked about last month that has the 3 levels of love, sex, love, and then compassion. I'm all dry mouth now. that was a lot. And that's another thing too. If you want to flower, you got to water yourself. You got to bring a lot more water into your body and change the cells of your body through water. So if you do not, and this is a bad example, this is my little glass mason jar that my daughter loves to have us use. Normally I have my Wonder Woman cup, and at the bottom of my Wonder Woman cup, I wrote, I am living my highest potential right now. Write some words. In fact, you know what? I think, well, I won't do it right now because we're on the call, but I'll do it later. I'm going to write love on this jar because I use it often enough. But set some intentions with your water and then as you are tuning into that, experiencing that, being one with everything, you're fueling yourself with that intention, and that's going to help with the flowering, I believe. You can look at Dr. Masaru Emoto's info and he'll tell you more. Okay, back to rebirth. Again, how many rebirth cycles do you think we've gone through this year? I mean, 5? 10? Do you think we've gone through 10 rebirth cycles this year? I mean, 2020. It's been something, hasn't it? Okay, this card for the Leo highest possibilities lunar cycle. At the base is this camel that's asleep, probably holding a lot of water inside. So it's got the fuel, but this camel is just sort of, moving through slowly, steadily, sleepily through life. And then the next level of awakening, because this is about rebirthing yourself. You move from that sleepiness, you start waking up. But sometimes when we wake up, we get really mad. Like we don't want to be woken up. We don't want to see. This lion is like, oh, I could have been asleep and you bothered me. You're playing your little flute and you woke me up, and you see the anger. Sometimes anger is going to get us out of this stuck, stagnant energy. Sometimes we need to be a little fired up. And that's a lot of what astrology is saying from what I've been reading for this cycle. There's some squares and aspects and things that are happening that are kind of like doing this. And so some people might be getting a little fired up with that Leo energy and roaring a little bit louder and looking kind of threatening and scary and doing their part to get that energy moving again. What happens in rebirth is we go from sleepiness to awakening to this beautiful bliss. What is the phrase? Sat Chit Ananda. It's existence, consciousness, bliss. Sat Chit Ananda. So once we are awakened, here we're sleeping. Once we are waking up, we can either fight with the world or from the heart chakra, really the throat too. The throat and the heart chakra can emerge this innocence and play and beauty. So if this is the collective energy of Gaia, can you see how she would like to play with this one? She would almost direct the music. She'd be like, yes, you with the flute. Can you play for me? Because I would enjoy hearing you play as I hold the vibration of this energy field of 7 billion humans. Could you please play me a song while I do this work? And so this one becomes, it's like the cherub, the images that they used to paint in the olden paintings with the religion, and they have little angels with harps and wings, little cherubs. That's what this one feels like. But look at the way there's no fear. Let me look. Yeah, this being, it could be a guy or a girl because it looks like it has a little half top on. This being has its eyes closed and it's just looking straight ahead and playing the flute, and it's not worried about that roaring lion, and it's connected indirectly to the sleepy camel, but it's not mad at the camel for being asleep. It's not mad at the lion for roaring. This one's just contributing its song, its gift. It's just bringing its gift into the process, into the rebirth. And I feel like I'm really in your face today, right? I feel like you actually can see it a little better when I pull further away instead of me trying to put it in your face. I'll bring it back here. Sorry. I'm really excited because these cards are so cool and it's such a great message. Okay, so what I would add about this is I feel this is the process overall that humanity is moving through. Many, many, many souls in human bodies are still sleeping, and they're just kind of in the gray, moving through life, doing the thing, following the path. Some are starting to wake up. This Leo energy, new moon in Leo, feels like it's going to ignite even more individuals to start waking up. They may be a little angry as they start to feel that fire moving through them. But again, anger is better than sleepiness, because now you're alive and engaging and feeling. Look at all the color that starts to evolve, from the gray to the tan to the yellow into all the oranges and reds. And then we're moving towards this oneness, like in that compassion card, that lover's card, there was that oneness of white at the top. I believe the highest possibility for this card for the new moon in Leo energy is that more of us will move through this path. And can we find our way towards this, where we're just Ananda, we're just in our bliss, sharing our gifts, singing our song, playing our flute, enjoying the adventure, right? That's me. Here I am, pulling cards, telling you about Gaia, telling you there might be some angry people. Okay, sing your song, play your flute. It's all going to be okay. Collectively, in order to flower, this is actually a great extra. In order to flower, you must have a rebirth process. The cycle is that things open and then they evolve, they decay, they come back as a new seed, a new cycle begins. There's this constant evolution. And so rebirth and flowering are actually the same. Are they the same? Yeah. Well, it depends. Are you a perennial or an annual? In my garden, we have mostly perennials. And so rebirth is where that perennial is going to come back every single year, and it's going to rebirth and it's going to flower again. If you're an annual, if you're only here for a little while, rebirth may not be your thing. And that's totally okay too. Totally okay. All right, let's pull some cards from our guides, some messages from our guides. I'm going to do the Light Seers deck. So if you do not already watch Zen Tarot, I highly recommend you watch Zen Tarot on YouTube. She does card readings as her livelihood, and she's amazing at it. And I think everyone in the world should be watching her videos and supporting her so she can make more of them, so she can play more, because she's absolutely in her gift. And then I just started watching a new woman, Lauren B., who is Untitled Tarot. She's pretty awesome too. She's sassy and fun and spot on. Her readings are spot on good. So I found, what was our card? What's moved now? But our card at the bottom, remember, was guidance. It was the angel sort of guiding the energy at the beginning of our reading. So talking about contrast again, this is the energy reading from the Light Seers deck. That's why I was holding this up, was to show you. Zen Tarot uses the Light Seers deck, and that's why I bought this, because I love it so much. This was the bottom of the deck, and the bottom of the deck says, what would be, this is what some people are feeling like right now as they're starting to wake up. They're like, no, don't make me wake up. Yeah, and it's also all an illusion. All an illusion. We don't have to make it so complicated and so hard. Why do we do that to ourselves? Really, it's so unnecessary. I mean, I understand that we learn a lot, but we can learn a whole lot through bliss also. Just saying, I've gone through the suffering, I've gone through the bliss, I've gone through the in-between. You know, contrast is nice. I get all of that, but I would really say for the most part, bliss is more fun. It's way more pleasurable, you know? Okay, so Light Seers, we are pulling cards, wisdom from our guides. We're going to do number 11. My eyes twitching again. I lost count. Hang on. Really had to focus for that, didn't I? Yes! This is what Gaia flowering would say to us. Go play! Go play! Have more fun. Leo is about, isn't this the best card for Leo? I have a few Leo friends, and this sums up their energy. They're like, yeah, throw that baton in the air, do a little twirl, kick up your feet, have some fun. Have some fun. This is the Page of Wands. What I love too is look at what she's doing. I'll pull back a little bit. Look at what she's doing while she is having fun. Do you see the vortex she's creating? Do you see how it matches that circle? Can you see that? I'm sure you can, but just in case you can't, in case you can't see this circle and see this circle. What our guides are saying is, if you want to flower, if you want to match the energy of Gaia, the energy field of our planet, the consciousness of our planet, have a little fun. Create some magic. Play. Throw your wand up in the air like a baton, twirl it. My daughter used to do that when she was in high school, and with flags and with the sticks, and she's so good at it. She can twirl and move things, and yeah, she drops it sometimes. We might drop the wand. It's okay. You pick it up. You've already created the energy grid. If you drop it, pick it up and keep going. Don't stop. Keep that vortex moving. Make your, it's not even make, it's like, do you see how it's moving through her heart chakra? She's swirling it with her hands. Your hands and your arms are an extension of your heart chakra. So she's just creating this movement of energy. And as she's doing that, she's dancing and jumping and playing and having fun, balancing. Look at her hair moving. I mean, she's just in the freedom of it. There's also all this yellow, more yellow for Leo the Lion. So maybe we lean back a little. I'll say that to myself because I'm so excited. It's like maybe we lean back a little, throw our wands up in the air, play a little with our magic, have some fun. Message from the guides. And we'll do one more. Why? Because it's Leo, and Leo energy is just magical and fun. We'll go down to number 14. No, we're going to start over. We're going to start over and do this one. Two of Cups. That was a message from my guides. They're like, no, not that one, this one. Oh, I love this card. I love this card. Isn't that beautiful? So we're going to hold hands with one or with many. This could be Gaia, Earth. It could be Gaia, Earth holding hands with humanity and creating all this abundance and play and joy. This could be our human arms with our soul guides, because this is a message from our guides. It could be our guides reaching down and in and saying, I've got you. I've got you. That's what feels the most true. Like, we have this. So what are you worried about? You want to flower? You want to be in Leo energy? Hold my hand and let's do this together. And then look at the rainbow of magic that flows into those cups. Can you see all of that beauty and joy that is coming from the fingertips of both of them? And the cups are full. The cups are not empty. Yeah, this is a time on our planet for abundance, for manifestation, for belief, for allowing, for magic. And what does it take for us to receive that? You allow it. You believe it. You believe that this is possible, that Gaia is abundantly flowering right now. She's not dying. And everything that's moving from her manifestation, from her belief, is just creating more magic for all of us. So Gaia could hold our hand. Our guides could hold our hands. We could play with our wands, create our energy grid with those circles, and then sit down and go, I'm tired. That was a lot of play. That was a lot of work. Hold my hand. Let's bring all of this energy down into manifestation here on this planet. And then what happens? This hand is not in here trying to hold it, trying to make sure it's all there, trying to count all of it, trying to pull it in and make sure it's not taken from anybody else. No, you believe and it just is created, and then more flows and more flows. And at some point, because they're so steady, all of this energy is going to fill up both of those cups. You notice they're not doing just one cup, they're doing 2 cups. So there's some for you and there's some for me. And then this is going to overflow and maybe we'll have to fill a 3rd cup. And then this will overflow, maybe we fill a 4th cup. It's not saying there's only 1 cup, I'm going to have it and you aren't going to have any. This is saying it's never ending. It's never ending. The more abundance that I create, the more I have for you, and the more I have for you, and the more I have for you. This feels really significant to say too at this time of Leo. She was upside down. I have to make sure she's looking up. It feels important to say this in Leo energy, which is about visibility and stepping onto our stages and really like expanding who we are here to be. When I have more money in my cup, I can now buy more Santera video extended readings. I can go to my friends' events. I can go to my retreats out of the country if they ever open up the borders. I can buy my friends' organic products. I can buy the supplements that my healer friend suggests. Just those little ways. When I have more coming in, I can send more out and support more and more of those others who are in their genius. And so as I'm sending out more money, those individuals are now receiving more money. Some of this magic is being shot in 15 different directions. It's like the lightning bolts just start going all over. And now their cups start filling up. When their cups start filling up, guess what? They're going to start spending their money with the other people they know. And so all of this energy multiplies, expands. It becomes ever bigger, 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 because we're all creating more energy. We're creating more money, more abundance. And so it's not limiting to have money. It's not selfish to receive money, to have abundance. When you're flowing it right back out and you're sharing it with other people, it's just like the waves of the ocean. It comes in and it goes out. And I have a lot and you have a lot, and I have more and you have more. And we're just sending this energy of flowering wider and wider around this energy field of Earth. She's not holding tight to anything. She's just moving the energy and letting it flow. So in this Leo energy, please be bold, be playful and fun, and create and enjoy your life and bring your magic to more people. Share what your gifts are, and then allow yourself to receive the abundance from it. Because that abundance can be multiplied exponentially with so many other people that can then step into their gifts. And then soon, we're all doing it. We're all making videos. We're all going to retreats. We're all having big parties. And COVID won't be a thing because we won't be afraid of it anymore. We won't need to be afraid of anything. We're just going to be in this trust. I see you. I love you. I'm holding your hand, and we're going to create magic together. So you could watch this video and go, she is smoking something. She is crazy. What she believes, right? I don't know. Gaia? She thinks that's Gaia? Who is Gaia? Right? You could watch this video and think all of that, and that's okay. Totally okay. Or you could watch this video, know that this is true, this is Gaia, and you could move from this to this. You could even do the shortcut. You could go, you never have to have all this roar stuff. You could just sort of evolve like that and move into your gifts. And also, it's totally okay, because Zen would say whatever you're choosing to do is absolutely perfect, and there's no wrong path, and there's no wrong way, and there's no wrong time. and there's no wrong belief, and everything is exactly as it's meant to be. So it's all good. I love to listen to the wisdom from my guides. So I'm going to do more of this, not the baton part, because I probably would drop it on my head more than anything else, but the grid creating. I'm going to create more of this, and then I'm going to lean back and I'm going to allow more of this. And as I keep filling my cups, I'm going to keep spending it and sharing it. And so y'all watch out. There's going to be some fun manifestation happening in this new moon in Leo energy. Okay, I am off to make a new moon meditation. I can just feel all the excitement and the joy of what's flowing through. So I will make that meditation. I will have it in my store on my website for $11 if you want to tune into the meditation with me. It's mysouljourney.com, and then the store has it under New Moon Magic. What else? I'm taking my daughter to school tomorrow, her senior year of college. So please join me in energetically holding her hand and just showering her with blessings as she wraps up this college journey that she's been taking. To all the school teachers, this is turning into a public service announcement. To all the school teachers, God bless you. We are holding your hand energetically because this is a year of mastery for teachers and students and the educational system. And for one who has a teacher husband, teacher friends, and 2 children in school, I've got you. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm holding your hand. So we're right there. You're right there. Okay. Happy New Moon in Leo, friends. So much love. Mwah.